Welcome to episode 2 of the Exchange Room podcast. Here, you will meet individuals who have been through unusual circumstances, who have journeyed to the far ends of what life has to offer, and who understand the world in a way nobody else can. Today's guest is Galina Barshay. She is a life coach from the Soviet Union who immigrated to the United States in 1991. I met Galina through a public speaking improvement club called Toastmasters, where her positivity was incredible. She is a very enthusiastic person. She shares brave stories about her past and lots of valuable life advice. I now present to you our episode. Where are you from and when were you born?
I'm originally from former USSR, came to America in 1991, December 1st. My birthday, July 4th. I was born for this amazing country.
And what was that experience like?
It was a really strange experience because in Russia we have money. I was able to buy whenever I want. I can do whenever I want. I married a guy who was an amazing husband, and his scam was that because he was aerospace engineering. Come to this country with $140, 4 pieces of luggage. Our son was 14 months, and my husband and me don't speak English. It was a really amazing, challenging experience. But what most important about me, I never have fear. I know that there is nothing that can stop us from being successful and to thrive.
When you came to the United States, what was the first thing that you did there?
The first thing, it was really crazy because when you don't speak, you don't understand, you go to the store to buy food and you look how the label looks. And you really don't know what you're doing. And the first couple of weeks, we have stomachache because we don't know what we eat. And people in the store was amazing kind. They tried to help me to explain. But still, with my poor English, it was challenging. The second, in Russia, we never have diapers for children. And can you imagine apartment smell? And when we came to this country, my son was 14 months old. People tell me to put the diapers. I was scared till death. I told them, I'm not killing myself. The third day, our friends come and tell Galina, you will be out of this apartment if you don't put diapers on your son. And I started to cry. It was 2 big challenges. And to be on public assistance, because until my husband find a job, if we don't have money, what you do? And we was on government subsidy, and I don't like this idea. And was more, and the third challenge, not to be able to buy what I like, what I need. Because we was on public assistance, Jewish Federation Family Service gave us $250 a month for the family. Government has helped us to pay for the apartment. And can you imagine, on this money you can go to farm. 3 big challenges.
I've heard that there's a lot of differences between as far as technology and where the Soviet Union was at compared to the United States. For example, I heard they didn't have supermarkets. I don't know if that's true or not, but when you came to the United States, was there a lot of things like that were very new to you as well?
Yes, it was new to us because in Russia, like you have 6 kind of cheese. That's all. When I come and I look at so many different kind of cheese, I don't believe my eyes. In Russia, we have 3 kind of meat. And it's like, what is going on? How this can be so different? Bread and everything. When you look, it's huge difference between Russia and America. And the most challenging thing was in Russia when I grew up, we don't have any pesticide. No, we don't have food poisoning. where I was raised in the village. You can go eat, drink milk from the cow without anybody, and no one was sick. And I still don't understand why we need to pasteurize the milk. It was fresh. This is a big difference. In Russia was everything fresh or spoiled. Nothing in between. And this is so different about this country. Quality of food, I still miss. In Russia, you go to farmers market in the morning, and they kill the cow right now, and you buy fresh meat. You could buy chicken alive. And the neighbor, because my parents wasn't able to kill the chicken, they was able to kill the chicken, and we eat fresh chicken. This is a difference. And in culture, in Russia, we don't have cabs. We don't have childcare. Parents live with their grandchildren, and we care of each other. And to see these camps and everything, it was really challenging for me.
Yeah, like day camp, summer camp.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't have it. And it was like, what is going on? Why we need to have camps? In Russia, we live with grandparents and they're taking care of our children.
Why do you think that difference exists?
It's a good question. Because was in Russia, you cannot have your own apartment. Your parents have an apartment, and you will stay with their parents when you're married. You're lucky if you have extra room to share. Not everyone have. And this, because we don't have any choice to be together, we never think about it. We need to have camps. We never think about to have childcare. Relatives take care of us. Friends take care of us. Neighbors, everyone was doing what to do to raise a child.
What is the biggest thing you miss from Russia?
Quality of amazing food. But still probably it's not the same like it was before when I grew up.
Do you have a favorite dish?
In Russia was my favorite dish, chicken soup that my mom made for me. Now I don't eat any meat product, that's all.
Do you try to cook food from traditional Russian food?
No, I cook easy way American dishes. It's easy because to cook Russian way is take a lot of time and energy. And I like to have free time. I cook everything from scratch because I love to cook. It's cheaper and I know what I am doing. But no, I don't make any traditional Russian things.
So if you don't cook with your free time, what do you like to do instead?
No, I cook a lot my free time, but I don't cook at Russian recipe. Free time, I'm working on my coaching business, love my Toastmaster, working on my speeches. That is fun, and to see me grow, to come out of shell. Before, maybe it's difficult to imagine, I was not confident to talk in front of other people. And I grow up from this, and a Toastmaster, I'm speaking. I love Zumba. At the beginning, when I start, everyone go to the right, I go to the left. It was 1 month, a big challenge. But I tell myself, Galina, you can make it. And instructor fall in love with me because there are several people my age. Most of the people are much younger, 30, 40. Yeah. But I try to do everything what she is doing. Finally, I can do probably 70, 80%. And she tells, I inspire her. Because she never sees somebody who is dedicated to become the best. And whenever I do, I put my heart. I like to dream. I like to go to Fox Theater, to spend time with my friends, to celebrate Shabbat. There is a lot of things. And to learn. It's my quickness. If you can see my house, it's everywhere bookshop. People use drugs. For me, it's drugs are books. Whenever I go to somebody's house, I look for books. that I don't have.
There's something about you that sticks out to me is no matter where you go, just your presence, I feel, brings out joy in other people. And so I want to ask you, what is it that you think causes that?
I love this question, and to tell the truth, I hear this very often. What causes? When you understand and you count blessing, when you wake up with a gratitude, that you can see sunshine, when you can hear the birds singing, when you have love in your heart. And I'm blessed, I have amazing son, my sister, her cousin, family. And when you feel how blessed you are, even you go through the difficult, you want to bring this blessing to other people. You want to help them to see the beauty of the life. And this brings me joy because when you count blessing, when you have gratitude, you're like ready to fly. And I try to concentrate only on good because compared to other people, I don't have even sometimes what I want. But compared to the other kind of people, I have more than I need to. And my happiness comes from the blessing, counting blessing and gratitude, and appreciation of everything that I have in my life.
You mentioned you did coaching. What type of coaching do you do?
The main problem people face is that they don't believe in themselves. They cannot understand the problem are temporary. And not the problem that breaks them. It's the attitude. Not believing in themselves, there is nothing they cannot overcome. I believe, and I went through a lot of challenges in my life. And I want to help people because I never was, thanks God, depressed. My mom taught me a lesson. Never be depressed. You're depressed, you lose your all energy. When you smiling, when you're laughing on your problem, you have an energy. You can view the problem from another perspective. And when you're happy, and when you go through a difficult time, it's helping to overcome the problem. And my goal in coaching, to help people to believe in themselves, to find meaning of the life. Because if you don't have meaning of the life, you cannot reach anything. And I'm blessed to find it, to have the meaning of the life. And the most important in my coaching is the ability to help people to find the meaning of the life and to believe in themselves.
What would you say is the meaning for your life?
First of all, to grow. Because as more I learn, I understand that I don't know anything. To learn, to become the best I can be, to learn about my potential. And as soon as I learn something valuable to share with other people that I can help them to see the beauty in themselves, beauty in other people, and beauty in the world.
What motivated you to become a coach?
I love the situation. When we came to this country, so many people that I never see before when you're shopping. One day we was in front of the store and we have Mercury Grand Marquis, the first car. And my son put the hand and I don't see it and I slammed the door and he was screaming from pain, we were not able to open the door. And so many strangers ran. And I don't break the door. They were there. And when I see and I feel that people are there for me, this amazing feeling brings me the desire to do and to help other people. It's amazing feeling. I decided to become a life coach because I believe that I have potential. I have some knowledge, even a lot I need to learn to help people, to grow, to believe and to enjoy the life. And the world is a better place is more we see hateful people.
What is next for Galina?
Okay? I like to make plans. I am a big dreamer. Next for Galina, I want to learn some skills that I don't know, but my biggest dream to become a really professional public speaker and to be on the big stage. And I will do this. I never ever give up my dreams. May this take me more time than I think about, but because I'm young inside, I don't care about my age. I set up the goal and I want to be on the TED show.
I think you'd do wonderful if you did that. I look forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it. That's why I'm working. And Toastmaster is the best place to improve yourself. I have a great mentor. People in the Toastmaster help me. They try to bring the best in me. And now I'm writing a book about my life. And I hope during a couple years I will publish this.
How would you say you are now compared to when you first joined Toastmasters?
It's a huge difference. I enjoy more myself because people around me believe in me. It's a very important part of the Toastmaster evaluation. When you hear about yourself and you learn in what areas you have strengths, in what areas you have weakness. In this case, before I don't understand why we need to have this. But I'm another person. And even in my real life, outside Toastmaster, if I do something, I still evaluate. And this helped me to grow. Toastmaster is an amazing place.
Is there anything about your life that I don't know about that you want to share?
Yes, I believe in power of mindset. And I will give you one example from Russia. We live in the village. Was my dream to have a car. In Russia, less than 1% of women driving the car. It was not safe. But I won, and my parents bought the car for me. One day, and I never think that I can be like this. One day, my friends told me, there is a mafia. If you drive in the car in the evening, people will stay on the road, block the road, holding their hands. As soon as you stop, there was usually 10, 15 guys. As soon as you stop, they pull you out of the car. They beat you almost till death, but not kill you. Take everything and buy. And you never hear about your car because police don't do anything. It was corruption. What really 4 days after, I, with my parents and my sister, was driving at evening. And suddenly I see in front of me 10, I don't remember, 12 guys holding the hand, blocking the road. My mom asked me what you will do. I tell, don't worry. And I really don't know what I will do. But as soon I come close to these guys, it was second. I pretend that I try to stop the car. And they move away, like giving the space for me that I can stop. As soon as I saw them moving, I pressed the gas pedal till the bottom and fly. It was second. I don't kill anyone. I don't know how this happened, but I don't care. If it's me or you, that's me. We'll be survived. Passing 1 minute later, I see a couple driving in the direction, and I show them with my light, and they stop. And I tell, this is a people. I want to escort you and to be with you, to be sure that you're safe. And they were shocked. And we went back, but we never see those guys anymore. This is what I learned about myself. Never have fear in your life. Fear will take the ability of you to make a clear decision. Concentrate on the problem and move on. And this is my life experience that challenged me and shaped me as the person who I am now. Life without fear. Deal, do your best, and what you cannot change, accept.
I have one last question for you. What is something important that you've learned from your unique experiences that you think everyone should know?
Be open to try new things. Never scare. You fail, be a child. My mom taught me, never be afraid to fail. Because with every time you fail, you move close to your success. The child cannot learn how to walk. The child crawls. And we learn to do this as an adult, and I learned myself. I fell many times. But as a child, I don't care. Because every failure is one step close to your success. And I want the people to learn about this and to feel blessed and not to worry about failing. Look forward your success. Never give up your dream and never be scared to fail. It's a joy and pleasure to be on your path. And I wish you anything what you wish for yourself. Dream big, never give up your dreams, and you will be successful. And I learned a lot about myself. Thank you for being such amazing host. And I hope it will be the beginning for you and for my success. All the best.
Thank you, Galina.
Take care.
Thank you so much.